Hey guys, Mithyc, and today I am back, and this has been a while in the making. I spent today doing parts of it. In fact, this is a 50 sub special, I guess. Not really a special this time. It was gonna be a special. We had an epic 4v4, but everything kind of flopped. We lost. I mean, but that's not why I'm not doing that for the special. It's just there's stuff. Plus, who wants to lose for a celebration? I will be uploading that video probably next week because that's usually what I'll do. Because now I have school pretty early, but at least I get off school quicker. And yeah, I really want to thank you guys for 50 subscribers. It's impressive. It's the most I've ever had on any YouTube channel, and it's pretty cool. I reached my goal. I think my goal was like 30 for the summer, but in the last 2 weeks, the support has been incredible. I want to thank all of you for subscribing. And, yeah. Thank you guys so much. So, let's get into the battle. Alright, so, today, this was after I'd filmed the Silicoid battle with Mithyc, so we were like, we should try out ambush battles on regular multiplayer. So over here, Mithyc is controlling Poland. His army is pretty much Polish knights and a few nobles, and then just Polish knights and a few nobles, and then a catapult. My army, I was the one doing the ambushes because I had shock infantry. So over here, you see I got the Birdie Shacksman with some woodsmen over there. And I got my main line. So our goal was I was going to bring skirmishers for the main line while Mithyc pretty much made the battle line because my troops weren't as good. I didn't have as many. So yeah, I have some. Here's where originally I was going to do this. But I got a Grand Bombard, my general, the Druzina unit, because generals are Druzina. Got the second ambush force on this here. And I'd say this battle had a pretty epic turnaround because early on it doesn't seem so good, and then it gets better. But we're just getting in position. Let's speed it up a little bit. I have a bunch of dismounted Dvor. I got 4 units of Kazakhs for skirmish cav as well. Money wasn't that high, so we didn't have too much to work with. And we're kind of like debating how to do this because how many people really do too many full ambushes in multiplayer? It doesn't happen that often. In fact, I've never really seen one. So our opponents were fighting are Scotland and England. I don't want to spoil anything right now, so I'll just kinda sit here and talk. So I'm going back into the old schedule of 2 videos every week. I've been pretty much disorganized uploading for the last few bits, and yeah, that's been great. Going into a 7th grade now, which is I guess cool, but I really don't care. Got a class with friends, blah blah blah. Yep. And here comes the battle. So over here we got Scotland, and Scotland's got some Highland pikes, Highland archers, some feudal knights, 2 mortars. They're general, not gendarme. And some feudal knights, and that's about it. England brought a rush army. Now, in a way, Mithyc also kind of brought a rush army, but his was defensive for making a main line. But over here, we got the armored swordsmen. We got a lot of armored swordsmen, some English nobles, a lot of mailed knights. I mean a lot of mailed knights. This starts with a really cool cavalry battle. So England's sending their cavalry over, and we were being weird. So we were just like, I don't even know, we were just talking. being weird, trying to confuse the enemy, I guess. Just being confusing in general. And this cavalry blob is just running at us. Not cavalry blob, but cavalry forces just running at us. And they're kind of walking. And we're still just kind of, we're not paying attention. And our armies are kind of over here trying to get in position. My Kazakhs. And behind us, we just have this big force of cavalry just running through. Now, they're mailed knights, so they're not particularly good, but they could potentially do damage. And so, they're just sneaking up, and we haven't noticed a darn thing. We're over here talking. And the Scottish player, people are obviously trading insults, That's what happens in these kinds of games a lot. Scotland put up a defense kind of here, but we, with our ambush, are not planning on attacking. So the cavalry blob is here, and here it goes. They're charging us, and I would say that about now I realize there's a giant cavalry force, and I'm like, dude, watch out, there's cavalry, and he doesn't listen. He's like, dude, there's cavalry, and he's like, wait, where? Like, behind you. And yeah, that's pretty funny because we're over here, we don't notice a thing, and then I'm like, dude, there's cavalry behind you. Where? Behind you. So I have to pull my guys out of ambush and charge them forward to just try to stop them. And so he hasn't even reacted with cavalry, and there we go. They're targeting the catapults, and my bombard literally freaking destroys one of his catapults. That catapult was never able to be used again. The single one glitched. Can't use it, even though the catapult crew survived. So, giant cavalry fight ensues. My birdies tore them to shreds with my archers, too. And I'm sending up my Kazakhs to try to do some damage. Over here you got pretty much... The English cav broke quick, but there was a decent amount. So, you still got 2 units of mailed knights running over here. And now they're just kind of walking, Everyone's being chill. It's not like there's a Polish cavalry force, and Scotland decides, I think, to send over some feudal knights. That's going to make this an even worse fight. Fortunately, we do have a big cav force. And then now there's peasants. And peasants, they might be light infantry, but I think they also kind of count as spearmen in a way. So the cavalry's everywhere. My Kazakhs, they're shooting the mailed knights. The enemy players are Radamain and Nani. So, in this direction. You still have the cavalry fight. It's kind of lobbing. My Kazakhs got caught up in melee, I believe. Or, yeah, they do get caught up in melee, and the Scottish cavalry is just over here. My guys are adding some support, and here we got some brave frontline Kazakhs fighting some English knights. But then I notice he's charging me with those mailed knights, and it's just like, oh gosh, he's gonna catch my people. Because have you seen these Kazakhs fight in melee? It's not good. They have curved scimitars though. And then Menov's general dies. The Polish general is dead. Right off the bat. So already it's not looking good for us. They're having lots of success. My Kazakhs are fleeing. Then we send up the rest of the cavalry. Because we were like, don't let the general die, don't let the general die, and then his general died. And sorry for that bump. We still got our front line here. Our front line will stay strong, and I have the archer superiority in this battle. So we're good. These dismounted Devore are good in melee and good in ranged. So they're pretty good all around. I'd probably use these guys a lot more if I could. Russia is one of my favorite factions in this game. Well, they're cool. So, we're surrounding the Scottish. I got my archers in the back. But he is chasing my Kazakhs down, and they are dying. And so these guys start routing, which is just great. And just keep on running. Now we're getting a few of them. I mean, we're firing. I don't think we're getting kills, but my guys have backed up. Now they're dying. Does Kazakh survive? No. And we got the dudes with scimitars. Will a single Englishman be killed by a Kazakh in melee? Probably not. I try to get him out. The rest of the Scottish-English cav is pretty much broken or routing. I'm still firing on these guys over here. Well, we still have a giant Polish cavalry force going ham. And the English are just kind of over here still. They're staying by their Scottish allies. But then they start moving over this way. So over here, the English are pretty much butchering us. Ooh! Not a single Englishman was killed in melee by my Kazakh. I tried to save that unit of Kazakhs by countercharging the mailed knights, and it starts to do some damage. Like, we start to kill a few. But it's not going to be enough to really kill them all. They are a much better unit. And then the Polish come. So that's pretty much wreck for these knights. And I have a few Kazakhs remaining as these Kazakhs leave the battle. Run off into the forest. Never to be seen again. Now we're just kind of chilling. We broke the cavalry force. We might have a few of them running around here and then. And, yeah. So, hi, Luke. Hello. I can't really respond to you right now. I will do that whenever I can. So, over here, I see that the English are bringing their force this way. So, I go ahead and I move my boyar sons to this area. They're marching down. The boyar sons are really cool. And they have armor piercing. So there's some really nice units. So, another thing, to anyone who is in the hot seat or would like to join my hot seat group, I have a small hot seat group in Steam where we do some hot seats. Right now we have a Britannia one going on, but we are doing a stainless steel 6.4 hot seat. We're kind of voting on it. If I can get enough votes to fill up how many players who want to play, then yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. But we need 4 more people to vote, so I don't care if you want to join the hot seat or not. I mean, if you're a subscriber or not, just put in the comments that you'd like to join the hot seat group and your Steam, and I will look about adding you to the group. So right now, nothing's happening, so I think we might cut. Depends on how quickly this goes on. Yeah, we're already at 10,000 frames. Yeah, I think I'll cut, guys. Alright, guys, so here we are. and the Scottish are slowly advancing. Wait, let's not pause. The Scottish are advancing, and England's about to go with them. We are back here. We're kind of seeing with our ambush forces. These guys hidden? I don't think so. Doesn't matter. We only have a few weak points in our battle line, which were pretty much where the Polish nobles are, but they'll be able to hold out. And the Polish nobles are good. It's just, when it comes down to it, these knights are going to be much better. Alright. So the Scottish are advancing. The England is going with them. The Scottish player seems to be the one kind of in control of the, I don't want to insult this player, but the English player really wasn't that good of a player, unfortunately. Moving up with a Rush army that didn't really rush. Moving up their troops this way. At first we'd think, okay, they're going to make a big assault in one area, which it definitely looks like it from this. Now here's where we're going to get some cannon fire, because they're about to move into the range of my bombard. And so I'm getting ready to take advantage of this. Alright. We're going to get the reload on. Just go 2 times speed just to speed it up a tad. There we are. They're still not really doing anything. I might have dimmed the gun with starting it back. And battle was like 3 days ago. And I'm very sorry for all the Discord beeps. People are talking. It happens. The clanking of the armor. Pretty cool. That's really interesting, just like a very long, awkward silence. And there we go, the Scottish are advancing a little. I don't exactly know what the Scottish had planned. I mean, they outnumber us, and the battle is... Right now it's in our favor, but we've lost a general already, and that's not very good. And the English are moving up. So let's get some artillery here. Alright, now I'm going to run over there. Alright, load up. And fire. So the cannon shot goes across and it nearly hits. Where the other one's going, and it misses. And the English are like, nope, 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 nope. They moved out of there pretty quickly. Scottish are still here. They're going to continue to get some volleys off. Bombard is not that accurate. We got the cannons cracking across the valley. Will they hit? No. I will admit, they get close. This is when the English break off and kind of go to the left a little. Right now, everyone's just kind of here. We're expecting a full-on frontal assault, which is going to be really good for our ambush plan. But, as of right now, they are taking advantage of the hill. Oh. Will we hit? No. Ooh, that looks promising. Ooh, just barely missing that guy. Very lucky. So we're kind of shifting our line to make it pretty much perfect. There goes the fire. Doesn't really hit. But the English are going around. So I think at this point they're trying to like work a flank up. But we don't have many troops over here. We just have a cavalry force. We have this kind of cavalry force. And we got some over here. We got some boyar sons. Only 3 boyar sons and 2 injured British axemen. Not very injured though. So still pretty fresh units. But here they come. They're running over. The general is like Scotland hasn't moved their general yet. Scotland's kind of going up the hill and then down their side. Scotland's going to go try to make a kind of front line. I'm still shooting at the English. Let me get very close. But here we are with our cavalry force. And at this point we're just trying to do as much damage because we don't expect to win. But throw in some blanks apparently. And the English, and I'm sure the Scotland was like, okay, wait to attack so we can attack at the same time. But England was like, nope. And charges their entire force after this. Charges half of their army after this one unit. So more cavalry's coming over. We're still kind of split of what to do because we're just kind of like hold off, trying to do damage, but England gets mad and just charges in. It's like, you need to keep your swordsmen close to your spears because you can't really fight off cavalry with swordsmen. I believe I'm moving up some of my Kazakhs that are still remaining. And, yep, and then giant cavalry charge into the unit I call cavalry eaters. So that's great for us, and we kill the English general.
Men have slain the enemy general.
But now we're going to do some cycle charges, because that's a good way to get kills. I have decided to pull, I think, my British axemen out. Have I? Not yet. But we're going to do some cycle charges. We did pretty good damage, but we're getting them in behind. We're causing a lot of casualties. You can see a lot of their people are falling. Over here in the front line, not much interesting. I'm flexing my archer's muscles, my archer force's muscles by ripping these Highland archers to shreds. But the action is over here, so he's still charging them. I need to send in some troops soon, so I start getting my British axemen up and they're running in. I know we can't win with the British axemen, so I'm sending over a boyar sons. So we have a small cavalry, well, a medium-sized cavalry force, 3 boyar sons, and some British axemen, and we call it an army. These guys are running in. We're just gonna try to do flanking. Like I said, we do not expect to win this side. We just expect to like kill a lot of them. I still got my archer support because really I could probably have beaten this kind of archery force with 2 units. Highland archers are really bad. You should have gotten Noble Highland if you wanted some decent troops. Over here we got some British snipers, literally, because they have ballistas. Oh, good for us. And I'm still trying to hit him with the artillery. I don't even know if my artillery get a single. Oh, we got a guy. And here come the ballista. Or not. Gotta load more ballista. Gotta air twist. Then you gotta loose. And there we go. And now they're gonna start like making little holes in our line and archers. Over here, back where the actual action is. Actual action. I'm trying to get some flanks as we are chewing through their armored swordsmen. And we have formed an effective line of Russians.
The enemy are
The English are trying to get some troops behind us, and they're gonna get that cavalry. I remember this. It's like, dude, watch out, he's got some English knights. And they still get in and get some kills, but the Polish knights are gonna start moving. There's a bit of cavalry, yes, some English knights that are mounted. But overall, right here in this big blob, we're winning, and he is gonna get some Polish knights in the back. If they can get their lances down, well, I don't even know if they need their lances to kill this force of fools. So over here, we're pretty much charging in. We got a lot of damage done on them. The English are starting to rout. They have a chain rout in their main armed forces. They do have some troops behind me. Not too worried. They even have some troops chasing those Polish knights. But we have just slaughtered an entire blob that would have been very useful. We are still running these guys down. It's all good though. I can still hear and you can just see, they have so many, burned people just from those, little snipers. Oh no! What is it? A noble. In fact, they've started targeting our infantry with their archers. My archers are dominating over here. And over here, well, you know the story. England's getting completely destroyed by 10 units. In other words, we easily just routed the entire English army without even lifting much of our armed forces. Over here, my poor d'Ivoire have giant flaming bolts sticking out of them. And they're just kind of standing there, and then they're shooting, and then they're dying. Ooh! Well, this guy's lucky. Ooh, he is not lucky anymore. Now his friend is lucky. Will his friend die? Will his friend be as lucky? They got their mortar firing. I'm not too worried. They're slaughtering this unit of Polish spearmen. But the archery assault is going pretty well. They have their troops in a ditch, but they barely have any archers left. We have a lot. We're just kind of over here running down the English. Got my armed forces. And then some Scottish cavalry appears. Now we gotta fight them. And my guys won't charge. They're determined that charging is a bad idea. And they still rout. So, Scotland's pretty much on their own. Scotland really doesn't have a chance. Got the mortar firing. Ooh, can we get a hit? Ooh, another ballista, man. Trying to aim for their mortars. Our archers are still pretty much destroying them because you can't bring weak archers to an archer fight. It just doesn't work. There's a lot of screaming for a guy who looks like he got shot in the throat. Awkward silence. So, moving these guys back because if Scotland charges, that's good. And this catapult, like I said earlier, will never be moved again. And mortars are still cracking shots, and these Polish knights are being eaten through. But, over here. Ooh, mortar is doing the damage to those guys. He doesn't have any archers left. I would not rate the archers good. Oh, and here he comes. Starting to move him. Yep. He's moving. He should have just skirmished us down. Whatever good that would have done him. So my archers are starting to fire into these guys. I'm not going to move my archers till I have to. And these guys are out of ammo. But he's getting close now. It's time to go. Now over here he's like, oh, the spear militia unit wasn't very useful, but now it's going to get a good flanking charge. But then the British aren't what's good. It's the woodsmen. I've never seen woodsmen with such fine axes before. And there they go. They're getting a side in the flanks. I'm very sorry, my computer's been making noises. Fans. It's clean. Trust me, I cleaned it. But the fans are, like, being really dumb. And England just admits defeat. Like, England's out. Got some cavalry charging. Not really much of a worry. Scotland's pretty much routing. We got some feudal knights over here, I think. No, feudal knights haven't engaged yet. Not much time left in the battle for them to do much good, though. Yeah, I'm very sorry for the annoying buzzing sound. That will need to be fixed one day. Very proud Polish knights slowly walking and advancing in cool formation. And still have explosive shot. I wish there was a camera mode in this game, like in Rome, too. Over here, I'm still pushing, but my British and Devore are probably not going to be able to stop his feudal knights. But Mithyc is more focused on chewing up the enemy over on this side, and he doesn't send much help. So I'm still trying to charge in Devore. And we've got a few people, and my general, the Druzina, and they just destroyed this entire unit. The Scottish are dead. I'm just trying to get some kills. Got the Scottish general, and we're trying to chase him down. Ooh, my guys finally get a good hit on our allies. And over here, my troops are starting to rout because feudal knights are good. And I'm trying to tell him that he needs to move his troops to help me. He doesn't know what troops I'm talking about at first because there's a lot of them. And our battle line's broken. You know, I got the majority of my troops over here, you know, fully charging in to kill his gen. And I think Druzina have armor piercing because they have axes. But these guys aren't showing their axes, they just got their little sticks with knives at the end. He's starting to flank us. And that's an issue because he's starting to break us too. Now, I'm not too worried because I know that he probably can't take the rest of our armed forces on. But I still don't want to lose this side too, yeah. So here we go, we got my allies' troops are charging in. And they're going to help. Over here, we're still going after his general.
The battle is very much in our
And he keeps trying to run his general away.
Victory will be ours. Lord, be merciful. We have lost half of our men.
Oh, the general's bodyguard don't have axes. Regular Druzina do, though. Over here, they're trying to go after these guys. We are slowly turning the tide against the feudal knights. Though the feudals are not fun. They might start with F's, but they are not fun. Well, unless they're on your side, then in that case, well, I don't care. I mean, if I'm using feudals, that's good, but if someone else is, which everyone uses feudals, then that's bad. Well, except Poland. Poland doesn't use feudal knights. And then these guys are just walking through, cutting down a guy, just keep on walking. Oh, and this guy, is he gonna die or is he gonna live? The bloody soldier gets struck from every side. He doesn't die though. Kills a guy. Ooh, he strikes another and bashes him with shield, and oh, he gets stabbed to death. Cut. And boom, there goes the enemy general. And with the death of their general, the Scottish troops kind of start routing. Not these feudals, because, well, they're feudal knights, and right now they're doing really good for themselves. But the rest of his army's in flight. It's kind of stressful, because you know, it's annoying too, because you know that this person can't win, and they know it too, but they keep on fighting in this little blobs, like they don't have allies. I mean, I fight to my last troops, but it's not like, it's annoying. I realize how annoying it is when I do it, but I'll still complain about it. And we're gonna get some charges in the back. It's gonna cause some damage. At this point, we're just trying to end this little blob right here. They are not giving up easy. But they have to, because there's only 400 flames left in the battle. 400 frames of fighting. Now it's 300 frames, and now they're starting to fight to the death. Here we go. Anyway, guys, well, that is the battle. It is a victory for Russia and Poland. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for 50 subscribers. Remember to put a comment about the hot seat in the comment section if you want to join it. And thank you. Mithyc out. Oh yeah, also I got the most kills.